Well, we're visiting today with Tyrone Nichols, who is a Hadley resident, and so thank you for participating with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Appreciate it a lot. So, I understand that you have a home repair and construction business right now,
Yes, yeah.
and but this isn't the first business you've had.
No, I had a graphic design business, and I still do the graphic design here and there. But I started that in 1995 and continued with that till about, I would say, probably 2000. And then,
About 5 years.
yeah.
Okay.
And then I still intermixed it with the handyman business, and I just started off. I could get just one handyman job a week, I would be good.
Yeah.
And then I advertised for 3 months in the local penny saver, and
Right.
that's the last time I ever advertised.
Okay, and that was the year 2000.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so you've been at 23 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so, but the earlier business, did you consider it successful?
Yes, very successful, yeah.
Okay.
It was at the time when computers really came in.
Right.
For graphic design, and then slowly I figured out I just can't sit in front of this computer for 8-10 hours a day, so
Right.
I went on to printing t-shirts in the basement, and just to get me up and away, and then I went on to the handyman after that.
Okay. Wow. So you got a lot of energy for being self-employed.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, how did you know that you had talent for design?
My grandmother was an artist. She liked to draw and creative, so I just, right from high school, I took art courses in high school.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah. And then I went on to college, community college in the Finger Lakes, and then I went on to graduate at the University of Buffalo for graphic design.
Graphic design.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, your grandmother was a painter, or
Yeah, she liked to draw, just local stuff. And
did you hang out with her doing that?
no, I didn't really know too much of my grandmother. She died when I was like 5
Oh, okay.
or 6. So
Do you have any of her work?
no, I don't really have any of her work. My mother didn't really have any either. So
But you just know she
yeah.
enjoyed that.
right, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you went to Finger Lakes, what college?
Canandaigua. Yeah.
Canandaigua.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had you been doing graphic design before you went to college for it? You said you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do, local stuff in the school events and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you knew you were going to get into
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Was it easy for you? I mean, I'm sure you were a good student, but was design like easy for you? Did you grasp it immediately, or?
Yeah, I caught on pretty quickly, and I had great instructors
Yeah.
in college, and they just sort of feed into that. And,
Sure. Sure.
I guess you have to have the creativity first, and then somebody builds upon that. And then,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So after University of Buffalo, you moved back home.
Yeah, back home. Yep.
Was that always your plan?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of my college friends went to the big city to be in big design groups, and
Oh, really?
no, I said I want to come back home and the quiet life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, were they recruiting some of the big companies?
Yeah.
They were on
yeah.
campus?
New York City and those areas. Yeah.
And you spoke to them, or
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah.
did speak to them.
Oh yeah.
And
It just
but wasn't your
wasn't my
tea?
cup of tea. Yeah.
Interesting.
I like the quiet and.
But you could have gone a whole other direction.
Oh, I could have. Yeah. But
No regrets on that,
no,
right? Or?
no, none whatsoever.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Okay, question about people who are self-employed. Do you think you could be an employee now, working for somebody?
My wife says no. She said I've been at it too long, and but I think I could. I mean, basically, I have customers that they are my employees. So,
Sure.
I work for each one of them, so I don't think it would be that difficult.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
The independence that you
Right.
have.
Yeah. For a good 12 years, I worked for somebody else. In the graphic design business.
Who did you work for?
Cambar Industries was my last one I worked for. They did a glassware company.
Glassware.
And they did souvenir mugs and glasses and tiles and plates. And
Where was that?
That was in Hudson Falls. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was a local
Right,
company.
yeah.
All right.
And I would do the individual designs for each item.
Are they still around?
No, they've closed up. Somebody did take it over after a while, but I don't think they're in business anymore.
But you did that for 12 years.
No, that was for 6 years.
Oh,
I
6
did.
years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I did. And I worked in local print shops
Okay.
before that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you were originally from Gansevoort,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you're in Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the attraction for staying in the area rather than New York City or something else?
Probably the small town, close community, and of course the attractions, the scenery,
Yeah.
mountains, the woods.
For sure. Do you get out in it much?
Yeah, we do.
Good.
But I grew up in a small town, so I was used to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And my parents, we would take rides over this way. And
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you were kind of familiar with
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Now, in Gansevoort, I'm going to call it the family homestead where you lived. What has become of that house or that property?
It was sold after my mother passed, but it's no longer. We lived in a mobile home with an addition onto that, and it's no longer there anymore. But the property is still there, but it's surrounded by a nursery right now.
Oh, like plants?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it used to be a big farm that my uncle had.
Oh,
And
okay.
so my stepfather, who bought it from his brother, Smart Partial, and that's where he set up his home there. So,
This is a commercial enterprise?
right, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Can't remember the name.
I had to ask.
Yeah, you had to ask. Yeah.
Oh, Serrano's?
No.
No, okay. Okay. Anyways, but it's the property's there,
Right.
but your home is gone.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So, do you find yourself going over that way to look around to recall events and stuff, or
Oh, yeah, occasionally. Yeah. Both my parents are buried over there
in
in Gansevoort. So.
in Gansevoort? Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that like to? Because I do that too. Like I'm from Troy, and I'll go
Yeah.
back.
Uh-huh.
What's that like for you? I mean, I find it kind of sad in a way because the people are gone.
Right.
You
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I find the area has changed too. It's gotten busier and
Yeah.
it's seems a lot smaller area than when I was there. But it's probably because I was, a little kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. What? But this was a big farm your uncle had, like
Yeah. It was a big
cows
farm.
or.
Yeah, I used to have cows. Yeah. It was my step uncle, my
Oh, okay.
father's brother. Yeah.
Father's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gansevoort used to be, like so much around here, used to be more agriculture than it is
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the farms have, died down, and
Right. Oh, that's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. And anything within 20 miles of Saratoga is probably doomed
Yes.
to development.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So, what did you enjoy doing as a kid, a young kid, and then coming up?
Well, I had 9 cousins that were pretty close to us, so we enjoyed playing together, and we were real close to my uncle, that particular uncle. And we all grew up together, so went to the same school.
And they were nearby. You couldn't walk to their house.
No, it's probably,
But
I'm going to say 5-6 miles away.
okay,
Yeah.
but you got together a lot.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And what kind of stuff did you do?
Oh, we build forts and play in the woods and
Yeah.
horse tobogganing and skating, ice skating.
Well, where would you do that?
There was a place on Ballard Road that used to have a pond, and it was like an ice rink. And
No, that used to be around here a lot.
yeah,
I know Corinth had one,
right,
and they used to shovel the lake here.
right. Mm-hmm.
Why did that stop? Do you
Yeah,
know?
maybe the kids just aren't interested. I don't know.
Yeah, that
Just
could be.
in ice skating. Of course, they got ice skating rinks all over the place now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
indoors.
right, indoor,
Yeah.
right, yeah,
I wonder if it would come back. You know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder. We'll probably never know.
yeah. Yeah.
So okay. You had a large circle of friends. Many of them were relatives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cousins of yours.
Yeah.
What did your folks do for work or for a living?
My mother worked in a retirement home. She started out as being a cook there, and she had 32 ladies that lived in the retirement home.
Whoa.
She would go in, cook breakfast and lunch. And,
For 32 people.
yeah, 32 residents that were there. Yeah,
Where was it?
it was in Saratoga, right off Broadway. So.
Oh, is that the Good Shepherd?
Yeah, Home of the Good Shepherd.
Home
yeah.
of the Good Shepherd.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
What is that now? That's.
It's I believe it's condos now. I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like everything else.
Yeah.
So 32. All right. She started as a cook.
Right. Mm-hmm. Then she became manager of the.
Oh, of the.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
then-
somebody recognized her talents for organization or something.
Right. Yep. Yeah. And most of her life, she's worked in the service industries for elderly, and then after the home sort of got sold to another church foundation, she went into home health aid, and she did that till she retired from that.
And that was more low key, right? She would
Yeah.
have one client at
Right.
a time.
Exactly. Yeah. She would travel house to house. And,
What was she like? Was she of service to others? So she was a kind person?
yeah. She's very personable. Liked people a lot. Liked to converse with them, and she was a good fit for that type of industry. You know.
That's a big deal, 32
Yeah.
people
Yeah, to cook for her.
to cook for, yeah. And what did your dad do?
He was he did a lot of maintenance type work, for hospitals, and he drove truck service industry, variety of stuff. He was a carpenter, and he did odd jobs for people on that side.
So they both were busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, well, sort of self-employed. I mean, your mom was a manager, and your
Right.
dad was working. Yeah, it was interesting. Mm-hmm. Do you have any brothers, sisters?
Yep, I have one sister. Yep.
And what's she doing?
She lives in Vermont. She's works for a school. She's an aide on a bus for physically developmental children.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see her often? Or?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We go. We talk often, of course, and then
Very nice.
usually about every 3 months we'll go for a visit.
Good. So obviously, the idea of family was important to you because you were with them a lot.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
I wanted I think you mentioned once casually that you had 13 uncles.
Right. Yeah.
Is this really true? Now,
Well, it might be a little bit all together, I guess, from both sides, and of course, married into the family. That's where I got a lot of my inspiration from. And I was real close to my one uncle, Uncle Earl, and he's the one that taught me a lot. So
okay. So that all of them were all nearby.
No, they were scattered throughout.
Oh,
they were all born in Malone.
Up north.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then from there they scattered a lot. Some of them I didn't really know because I was young.
Sure.
It was a big family, so. And I sort of came on the picture later.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. And all of them, as far as you know, were in the trades doing...
Right, yeah. They were all electricians and carpenters and plumbers. They did it all, so.
So, if they weren't in the area, all of them, how did you hook up with them to work with them?
I didn't really... My Uncle Earl was the only one I really physically worked with, yeah.
And he was here?
Yeah, he was here. Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Ganser, and he would work for hospitals, maintenance in hospitals.
And what... Now, so he taught you a lot, or...
Yeah, he did, okay. Yeah. Just by watching and working with him. And,
Was that... did you ask him... Did you tell him you wanted to do that, or did he recruit you for that?
No, I just kind of fell into it, and I like to work, so we would work together. And
well, would this be weekends during the school year, or summer vacations?
Yeah. Mainly after I got married, he'd help me with my house, and I'd help him with his house.
Oh, okay.
And all that, yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Is he still?
No, he's passed. Yeah. He died in 2002. Yeah.
2002.
Yeah.
So, are any of those uncles still?
No, they're all
gone.
All gone. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about aunts? Did you have any?
No, their aunts are all gone. Yeah.
So you weren't intimidated by electricity or plumbing or any. You just you seem to take to things pretty easily.
Yeah. I have respect for electricity and all that. So,
yeah. So did you set out? Did you say to yourself, "I want to learn all about all construction"? Was that your goal, or?
Pretty much, yeah. I like new, challenging things, and something breaks or a customer needs something fixed. If I don't know how to fix it, I'll find out how to fix it.
Okay.
Ask questions and so on. So that's a challenge for me.
Does that occur much that you encounter something that you don't know?
Yeah.
What?
Depends.
But you don't get nervous about it.
No, I don't. I should ask questions and read, and of course with the internet you can find questions anything. So.
Yeah. So, but your uncles were in all the trades, as far as you know.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, I want to ask about that, about family when they seem to be all gone. Does that weigh on you a lot? That
it does, yeah.
You know,
you like to hopefully see what you've done and success that you made, or didn't make.
Yeah,
and it's kind of sad that they're not around to see that. But that's part of life, the circle of life.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. What was it sudden that they left? Your mom and dad were they they ill or
no? My dad was 71, and my mother was early 58. So I was in my 30s at that time. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're not working, where will we find you? What will you be doing?
Camping.
You'll be camping.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And
If I can get away.
where do you like to go?
Vermont is our favorite place. And then Maine is probably our second place to go.
Mm-hmm. How often do you get to get away?
We try to go at least 5 times a year.
Nothing in the winter, I'm thinking. Maybe not, or yeah?
Yeah, we do, occasionally. We go and see my sister a lot in the winter.
Oh, in Vermont?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we stay there, yeah.
Nice.
Right. Usually little weekend trips in the winter.
Where do you like it in Maine? What do you like?
Bar Harbor's our favorite. And along the coast there.
Yeah.
Near Portland, that area.
Yeah. Real nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, yeah. And you have a place in Battenkill?
Yeah, it's a campground. We go there.
Campground?
Yeah.
And what attracts you to that place?
Well, it's a privately owned campground, and it's a wooded area, and the lots are pretty far apart, so it's very much in the woods, in the wilderness. And,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And so, do a lot of people return there so you know?
Oh, yeah, we have a group there that we
that's nice.
pretty much know. So.
Good. And I wanted to talk about your volunteering in the community. Could you describe what you do and how that all started?
Well, I belong to the HBA and Hadley Business Association, and I started out with them doing the town-wide garage sale. I started being organizer for that, and that's how I got into the HBA. And then they appointed me treasurer, and then I've been there ever since. I'm going to say 8-10 years now, I think.
And you plan to continue with it?
Yeah.
How's it doing?
Good. It's a great group of people. A lot of volunteers.
Yeah.
We always need volunteers, but that's a tough road.
Yeah.
Everybody is busy, and they got their own lifestyles. And
right. So, do you take on more responsibility because you have trouble getting volunteers, or do you?
Yeah,
it
lands on a few handful of people, unfortunately. We try to recruit the younger generation.
Yeah.
To come on board. But
how does that go?
Good. We have the scholarship program, so it's mandatory for the scholarship that they donate 12 hours of their time each year. So.
Okay.
So that does help.
Where did that come from? The scholarship idea?
Sue and Ernie started that before I was on board.
Really?
So it's been around for a long time. So.
Okay, and they started it as private citizens or as the HBA?
Probably as the HBA. That's what I gather. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. They always try to put back into the community.
Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. So how did you meet Mrs. Nichols, and what's her name, and what does she do?
Her name is Gwen, or Gwendolyn. I met her in high school, and we dated.
Oh, she was a neighbor, local, near you.
Yeah. Same. She lived in South Glens Falls, and we both went to South High together. We met in 11th grade, and I sat right behind her. And nice. She was a tough gal. She was focused on her schoolwork and family, and her father was disabled with a heart condition, so she had to work outside the home to help support. And
be a student.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
That probably was the attraction. That she was, she had that drive,
Well, what kind of jobs would she have to support
she worked
the
at a
family?
local community service center as a receptionist. And it was like a kids after-school group.
Oh, okay.
the local church. And
So how was she able to be a full-time student and do the job?
it was tough.
Yeah.
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 So, and she did chambermaid work also. And,
Oh, like George maybe, or?
it was Howard Johnson's
Oh.
on aviation there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was there.
Busy person.
Yeah, very busy.
And what she
Still is.
Yeah, what does she do now?
She works for she teaches special ed at a prison in Washington County, and she's been there for 4 years. But
So this would be for inmates who have learning disability.
exactly, yeah, trying to get their GED.
Is that a large population who are learning disabled like that, or?
Yeah, she has about 5 or 6 students generally that they go in and out. So they get transferred to another. Usually when they come to her, they're ready to be transferred out into the community. So.
Okay.
And if they're under 21, New York State requires them to get a education and a diploma. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, is she having success with them? Is it?
Oh yeah.
That's great.
It takes a certain breed to teach there, but she's gotten used to it.
Yeah. So we have to close pretty shortly, but
Okay.
I do want to ask you, of all the things to do in this, all variety of experience in this world, what are you happiest doing?
Probably helping others. So, yeah. My wife often says, "You're never going to be a millionaire at the way you do and the way you charge people." I says, "Well, I sleep good at night."
Yeah. If you could say to people, how much is it going to be, and you could say it's going to be $1 million. Mm-hmm. If you get one person to bite, you're a millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. But.
So we'll see. So you, I know you bought a backhoe. How will this affect your business, and what do you plan to do with it?
Hopefully I could, make a little money with it. It's not my ultimate goal. It's just something I wanted to get, and other people go fishing or hunting, and
right.
I have a backhoe.
You have a backhoe. Let me see. Can you go hunting on a backhoe?
Yeah,
No.
I guess you could.
I guess you could.
Too much noise, but
So, I mean, what kind of jobs would you like to do with it?
small jobs again. No foundation or anything like that, but just small little jobs.
So, how did you learn to be a backhoe operator?
Well, I worked on farms all my life. Even in college, I used to work at a farm, during the summer, and I just liked the idea of a tractor, I guess.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You're like a Renaissance guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you do many things.
Yeah.
I think that's unusual
Yeah.
these days. Don't you? Right? I think it is. Yeah. Well, so much more we'd like to ask, but I guess we have to stop now.
Okay.
So I just wanted to thank you for joining us and sharing the stories. So you plan to stay here?
Yes.
You're going to stay in. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. We've been here 33 years now.
Okay, in the same house?
Yep, same house. Yep.
All right. We've been 22. Anyway, well, Tyrone, thanks for coming.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this has been great.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah.
Yeah.